emi.mission.stitch. My name is Emmy and this is my Flosstube channel about cross stitch. It has been a long time since I have been with you and I have tons of stuff to show you today, so it's probably going to be a little bit of a longer video. So let's just get right into it. We're going to start with finishes and I have a huge finish to share with you. If you've watched some of my previous videos or follow me on Instagram, then you know exactly what it is. But let me present to you my completed and a forest grew from Rosewood Manor. Oh, you guys, I love this so much. I did a mixture of Anchor and DMC. It's like every green in the book, plus a bunch of other colors. And I started this, I think a year, maybe 2 years ago. And I really got kind of a bee in my bonnet to finish it when Julian Stitches started doing a motif a day on hers. And so I was like, oh, I have this. I will start doing a motif a day or a motif a week. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to start doing a motif a day, especially after I finished my E a day, if you remember. So then I just worked until I finished it. I did change this quote. There was like a scripture in it before, and so I changed it to this quote that I found just online. And then over here, there was another quote that I was like, about, and so I changed it to my own thing that, again, that had just another quote that I found on online. I did have a viewer comment that she had stitched this, and she ended up just filling this in, which is a fantastic idea. I love that idea, but I had already done this and I like the way it turned out. It worked okay. But if you didn't want to do a quote here, you could totally just fill it in. I think she did maybe just long stitches to divide it up into a grid, like a diagonal grid, or maybe she did alternating X's. I don't remember, but you could totally do that. But this is so fun because there's so many animals. So it's almost like a seek and find, like, sorry, my board is not big enough, so I wrap it around to make it easier to hold. But all just the little trees and animals, and there's like an orange tree, and over here is a lemon tree right there, and then there's this tree with the mama feeding the baby birds, and an owl, and then I love this autumn tree right here, or this is probably an apple tree actually, but just those autumny colors. Anyways, let me back up so that you can see it in all of its completed glory. Oh, let me try and smooth it out a little bit. Okay. That kind of worked. Anyways, there we go. My completed and a forest grew. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. You know how it just makes your heart pitter patter after you finish something and you just look at it and you just get those butterflies in your stomach that you're like, I love it. And I did that. It's amazing. Okay. So we had spring break back the end of March and we decided to go out of town and visit some family in Oklahoma. So while I was there, I worked on some things, like my 2-week block assignments that I have for myself, but I also decided to do some new starts. I'm like, a trip deserves new starts. So I actually started 3 new things and I finished those 3 new things. So let me share those with you. All right. So, not in any particular order, but first one is this. This is a friendship sampler, by Romy's Creations. I just picked my own floss colors. Most of them are silks. Like this is a rainbow silk from Silks for You. Then I think this blue is from Silks for You. And I think the green is from Bestitch Me and the pink is from Bestitch Me. And then this yellowy orange is a Valdani, just that I had left over. Again, I just pulled from stash. I have to admit that Valdani was not my favorite. Valdani threads I find just break really easy. They're just not real strong threads. So it wasn't my favorite, but I love the look that it gave me. This was a pretty fast stitch. Oh, it just is so cute and happy. And the 2 cute little girls that are friends. I love it. And this little alphabet that winds around. Oh, and I said friendship sampler. I think it's friendship Quaker. So anyways, I know it's wrinkled. I'm sorry, but anyways, there you go. So that was finish number 1 that I had started in Oklahoma. Okay, next one that was a start and then finish since I've seen you last is Ruth Gibb from Hands Across the Sea. This is on, I think, a 28 count because I used like a pearl cotton silk to stitch this that I just had in my stash. And it's just white, or maybe an antique white. It's not a super stark white. I did not do, there's a little line down here that says like she was at the age of 8 or whatever. I did not do it because I actually miscounted and I started, I think, the Ruth in the wrong place. And so I'm like, I don't need it. So I just did the date and left it. And I think it looks totally fine. I could squeeze it in here like age date or over here, but you know what? I'm fine. I think it looks great. And honestly, if I wouldn't have told you, then you probably wouldn't even have known unless you stitched it and you're like, wait a minute, something's missing. So this was super fun and super fast. I love this border. The border was so fun to do. And these little decorative elements. I love these corners. Anyways, it was just really delightful to do. So that's finish number 3, technically. All right. And I started this one because we were in the car a lot. We were in Oklahoma and we drove down to Texas, and I'll show you why in just a second for a couple of reasons. And so this was easy to stitch on in the car. It was 1 thread because it was a pearl cotton and it was on 28 count. So it was super easy. Whereas the other ones, I think this one, again, this is a scrap, so I'm not sure what it was, but it was maybe, I'm sure it's a 40 count. And so that's just a little bit trickier when you're driving and you're on a little bit of a bumpy road, right? Okay, this is my last one and I love this one so much. This is more like, oh, little flurries of excitement. This is My Flowers from Boomerang Stitches. Now, if you don't know who Boomerang Stitches is, she is half of the Flosstube team, Hathaway Stitchers. Amity is her name. Her and her sister Erin have a Flosstube. Can I just tell you, they are delightful. Like, to see their relationship and just how much they love each other and how much fun they have. And they are just joy, really. They laugh at themselves. They just are so fun. So I highly recommend their Flosstube. Hathaway Stitchers. So, but Amity's Instagram and her Etsy store is Boomerang Stitches. I love the mid-century modern feel of this so much. Just these flowers were so fun. And do you know when you're stitching and you kind of plot a path for where you're going to go, right? It was so fun to do that with these stems. I just loved it. I loved it. I think there's, 6 colors, maybe 7 colors. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, because there's 7 colors here and then they just switch on top for the flowers. I switched out 2 of the colors. One of the colors that she called for was a gray. I switched it to this kind of dusty navy. Oh, it's looking really dark. Anyways, it's a dusty navy. And then she had kind of a blue-green, and I switched it to a little bit darker green. Right here, again, it's so hard to tell. So anyways, I love it. I love how it turned out. Oh, again, this just makes my heart so happy. It was so much fun to stitch. I honestly think that this was one of the most fun stitches that I've had in a long time. Not that I don't love my other stitches, but it was just so fun and I didn't want it to end. So anyways, My Flowers from Boomerang Stitches, also known as Amity from Hathaway Stitchers. All right, those are my finishes, so that's super fun. Then I ended up doing a couple of new starts. So let me show you those. So my first one I started in honor of my friend Jill from See Jill Stitch, her birthday, a couple of weeks ago. She was starting this big, like, floral arrangement kind of a thing that's a kit, and I didn't have that, but I wanted to start something in honor of her. So I went and found something that had similar vibes. So I picked coquelicot. I had my daughter teach me how to say this because it is French. It's from Reflet des Soies. So coquelicot, which I found out means poppies, which makes sense because that's what it is. This is just a cute little chart. It's not very big. So I worked on this for a few days, and this is what I have done. and it is lovely. Isn't it so pretty? Okay, now I did change some of the colors. So Heidi from Whips and Kits and Phoebe from Moonshine Stitchery are both stitching this. They're really good friends and they started this together. They are doing the original colors. Oh, and I have them laid out right here. They are doing the original colors. And for this poppy, I mean, poppies are somewhat different colors, but they're kind of more of an orangey red. But if you look at this, it looks definitely more pink. But I decided I did not want these orangey reds. I mean, can you tell? Okay, let's see. I mean, they're pretty orangey for what it's worth. Like this is definitely more on the orange. And then that's definitely a peach, and this is definitely a red orange. So I was like, oh, I don't know about that. So I ended up doing my own color conversion. I kept the darkest color that it called for, which was a red, DMC 814. And so here's what this would have looked like. So let me see. Let me put it against my fabric so you can see. So, I'm not doing very good at this, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's kind of what it would look like. You can kind of tell, which is fine, but I ended up doing more pinks. And so here are my pinks. If you want this conversion, you can email me. My email is in the drop-down box, but that's what I ended up choosing. And I really love how it's playing out. Like I've used all of those colors. It goes like this. And I really love it. So I just changed the flowers. I left all of the other colors, the blue greens, and then the kind of more olivey greens for the leaves and stuff. So let me show you one more time what that will look like. So that is a new start. Coquelicot, or poppies. Okay, then I had a few more finishes. Shame on me, I forgot. So I was playing in my craft room one day, trying to put some stuff away, and I just got this wild urge to stitch some things over one. So, and I got this crazy urge to stitch like seasonal stuff like Valentine's and St. Patrick's and Easter, and it was after all of those things had already happened. I don't know, but I was like, okay, seize the day. If you're feeling that, then let's work on it. So I stitched 3 things. So let me show you what they are. So the first one is from Twisted Threads, this little I Simply Love You chart. That's really cute. And then I stitched this. I stitched Designs So Irish. And then I stitched this Lizzie Kate Spring ABCs. So I have a Valentine and a St. Patrick's and an Easter. And they're all on one piece of fabric, which is why I showed you the charts. So here we go. So there's the I Love You. And this, I just used a Threadworx red and pink variegated. Turned out super cute. And I love, look, over one. And this is on, I think it's a 25 count. It might be a 28 count, but I love it. And then here is the St. Patrick's one. Again, it's so little, like look at my fingers next to it. So I love that. And then this one is just so itty bitty and cute. Look at the Lizzie Kate. It's so cute. So I used called for colors on this. I just used a green variegated silk from, I think, Bestitch Me that I had, and then that Threadworx. So there are my 3 little, oh, got a thread there. Those are my 3 over one seasonal pieces that I did. So I'd like to do a few more. I have plans for a patriotic one, and then that's kind of where I stopped. I came to not a screeching halt, but right after this, oh, this is fun and exciting news, you guys. Right as I was finishing these up, I was asked to do a model stitch, which this is my first time model stitching. It's kind of a lot of pressure, but it was so fun. So my friend Emily Call just released a couple of new, well, she released 3 new patriotic patterns at the beginning of the month, and I model stitched one of them. I model stitched this one right here. Of course, I don't have it because I gave it back to her, and she finished it, and it's so cute. It was a super fun, fast stitch. So if that's something that you're interested in, go and check out that chart and the other new ones and all of her other super cute charts on her Etsy, which is under Emily Call Stitching. So I actually had, I guess I had way more finishes. I had the 4 that I showed you, then I had 5, 6, 7, and then I had number 8 from that model stitch. So I've been busy. I don't know that, I mean, I know these are finishes, but they were so little and fast. Like I finished this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday, this on Thursday kind of a thing, right? Like they were just super fast. But anyways, okay, now let's get back to my new stars. So I showed you Coquelicot, okay? And then I had one other new start. And I started this at Stitch West Spring, which was up in Ogden. I will talk a little bit more about that later on. And so I started Crowns of the Kingdom. This has been on my list for a long time. I've always kind of had it in the back of my mind that I would start this after my ease. And then I went to my trees, which is totally fine. I'm so happy with that. But then when I packed for Stitch West, I wasn't being drawn to anything. So I just grabbed a bunch of stuff. I probably brought like 8 to 10 new starts because I just didn't know. I wasn't being drawn to anything. And I'm like, okay, let's get there and see what calls to me. And this ended up being what called to me. So I started this at Stitch West, which was 4 weeks ago. So it's been a month, 4 weeks since Stitch West. And so I have 28 crowns done. And the fun thing about this is it is all on, it's all in treasure braid. So it is so sparkly. There's 4 colors of petite treasure braid that it uses. It uses a gold, a silver, a copper, and a black. Okay, let me show you because it is so, so fun. Ta-da! Okay, and I was worried the sparkle wouldn't show. It's not bad. You can kind of see it. But look, isn't that so fun? You guys, it's so fun to see these crowns come to life. So this is the one for today that I was working on. I just have a couple of little, I think, coppery accents that I need to add. And I think this is the edge. Yep, that is the edge. So right there. So that's the total width of the piece. I love this so much. It's been so, so fun. This is on 40 count cable knit from Wabi Sabi Fabrics, which is the line that that you can get from Kitten Stitcher, that she and her 2 sons dye. They each kind of do their own little thing. And so anyways, cable knit. I love it. It's a creamy, it's just like a gorgeous creamy color. Like there's no yellow to it, but it's not like an antique white. It just is lovely. And I loved how all of the colors popped. Now, true confessions. I was helping Jill toss her petite treasure braid on a fabric that she's thinking of starting this on. And she wasn't sure about the black. And so we were pulling all different kinds of things. And I pulled a brown. And I love the brown. And if I would have known about the brown or thought about the brown before I started this, I probably would have done brown instead of the black. Like the black is lovely, but I just think the brown on this creamy fabric would have been so gorgeous. And I could go and pick it all out. It's not a ton, but it's enough. I'm like, no, thank you. And it looks great. So anyways, that is 29 technically, because I started at 4 weeks ago today. So that is 29 crowns from Crowns of the Kingdom. And I tried to count. It gets tough to count because they're kind of all over. And I believe there's around 100. So it'll take me just over 3 months. So I'm about a third of the way through. Some of these I will break up into 2. I mean, like, look, like this one, I'll probably do this little shield thing, and then I'll do the crown separate. This one is massive, and I very well might have to break it up. Like maybe I'll do the birds as one, and then I'll do this as one, and then maybe these sides. So this might be 3 days. We'll see. I did make this one day. It was a lot of stitching. It was a lot, but it's so beautiful. Like this, I'll make 2 days because this wreath and then the crown inside. So, but some of them are so just teeny tiny too that, I mean, like, look at this one. that's just a little bit of back stitching. It was super fast. And like these ones all went really fast. And these ones, look at how tiny, cute and tiny those ones are. So anyways, but let me show you one more time. Oh, the lovely sparkliness of Crowns of the Kingdom. I mean, look at it. I mean, that black is sparkly. You can kind of tell. I know, look at that one. Do you love it? And those satin stitches, I was so nervous about how they would work with the Petite Treasure braid, but they were lovely. Again, this is a 40 count. All right. Okay. So those are my new starts that I've had. All right. I have lots and lots of whips. So again, if you follow me for a while, then you know that I am doing 2-week blocks on the majority of my whips throughout the year, just so I can try and get some substantial progress. I had lots of new starts last year. I have lots of whips, around 38 probably, give or take 1 or 2. And so I want to try and start whittling that down. So I'm doing 2 weeks on each, like I said, the majority of my whips. So several weeks ago when I last saw you, my next whip was Spring at Hawkrun Hollow. And I think I only had part of this bird done and a few of the words, okay? Well, I was able to work up to finish this block and then work up and do most of this. Now, when I show you, you will not see these long little pine needle stitches, nor the strings of the kites and the little detail up there, because this is such a big piece. I will add those last because I don't want those to warp because they're long stitches as I'm using my Q-snap. But here we go. So I am doing this on 40 count mushroom, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, just 40 count mushroom or light mocha. And so there we go. So there are the birds. And then there is my little boat on the lake with the kites and the clouds and those funny little birds. I love those little birds. I'm using the called for DMC. It was a lot of fun to stitch. So there is one whip. All right, next one. Okay, this one, Inspiration from Rosewood Manor. Now this one, when I saw it, I gasped and had all the feelings because it was so beautiful. It was one of those, oh my goodness, I have to get that. I love it. Okay, well then you start stitching it and you realize, oh, this is a lot. So when I started it, I had some border done and I had lots of vining done. I think I had all the vines done across the top, and then I had a few little flowers. So I didn't really have a plan. This one, unfortunately, did not get the full 2 weeks because part of my time on this one is when we were in Oklahoma, and I was not going to take this to Oklahoma, unfortunately, because it was just, it's pretty intensive. So, but let me show you what I did get done, which is still a lot. I'm still very, very happy with what I got done. All right, here we go. So it is so stunning. So you can see I've got all of those vines. I'm going to fold that back because those weren't new. I had those already done, but I really focused on getting all of the flowers in. And there are so many color changes, which you can imagine, right? But look, I mean, the effect is amazing. Sorry, I've got some hanging threads there. So it is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I obviously don't have the border quite 25% complete yet. I mean, maybe close. I'm pretty close because in here goes the basket, kind of like what is down there. So it's repeated. But anyways, this one is not difficult to work on, and it's not, I don't hate working on it. It's fun. It just, the progress is not as quick as I'm used to because you're just constantly stopping and starting new threads for all of those colors. So, but I do love it. Let me show you one more time, kind of against here. So there we go. So you can kind of see. And this fabric is, I think, let's see, white mustard, 36 count from XG Designs. So one last look at inspiration. Show you that basket. The basket's really cute. All right, there's that one. Okay, then my next one. Oh, this one's good, you guys. Okay, next one is Harriet Cooper from Queenstown Sampler Designs. This is one that I started last year. This is from Market last year, actually. And I loved this peachy corally house, and then this like blue-green lawn, and I love the shadows. Like, look at the shadows. Loved those and the cute little people. So when I started it, I have to show you a before and after pic on this one because, okay, here's a before pic. I had a little bit, like I had the stairs done, and I wanted to put in some of the coral and then some of the grass, the blue-green, and a tiny bit of the flower pots. So I did that. So I did it over here so you can see. Okay, you want to see where I got? Oh, this one makes me so excited. Ready? Ah, it's so good, you guys. So I started back in with the columns and then the windows and started filling in, and then did all the flower pots on the top of the house, and then did all of those flower pots and the trees and the fence. I'm kind of bummed because I really wanted to get this whole half done, and I did. You can see I got the half of the house done. I got the flower pots and their back shadows all done. I didn't get the front shadows from their little pillars done. And so I really wanted to get the other trees done in the fence, and I just ran out of time, unfortunately, but I love it. I love it. This one is so, so fun. Now, this is being done on 40 count Molly from Grace Notes Fabrics. I am trying to decide. So all of this is fill-in. And I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do it. So I think I'm just going to leave it. What I will do is I'll get the shadows in and the people and finish the other side of, you know, this grassy area and decide if I want to do it. But it's pretty much the same color as the fabric, which is why I chose the fabric. And so I think I'm just going to leave it how it is. And I think it'll be totally fine. So there she is, Harriet Cooper. Oh, I mean, look at that. Like, look, can you just see when I fold it in half? Like, look. Because when it's open, like the house is not done and you're like, but look, when you fold it to see what's done, it just looks so good. So I love this one. This one's so fun. And this would not, I mean, that was in 2 weeks. So I'll bet you a good solid month I could finish this, which is probably not going to happen because I have so many fun things to stitch, but that's okay. All right. I have like 100 piles, you guys. All right. Next thing I want to show you, this is my travel project. Now, when I say travel project, that's not when I go out of town. That is just a little project bag that is clipped to my purse, and I take it with me. So like I take it to my son's soccer game. I take it to like the doctor's office. When I have to wait, I'll pull it out, or the dentist, things like that. So this is Kindness and Fortitude. I'll put a picture here by Modern Folk Embroidery. And let me show you where it is at. Ta-da! Now this is on 40 count Verdal, Blue Lagoon by Red Thicket Fabrics. And I know it's all wrinkled because it just lives in a little bag, but I have finished a ton. So I finished this motif here. I got those two little ones done. I finished this whole wreath right here, and this little one and that little one, and then started up here, obviously. So this is the top of it right there. That is the top edge. So, I mean, I'm over halfway, which is awesome. This is really such a fun stitch. It's honestly not that big. This is on an 1/8 piece of fabric. And so I just don't get tons of dedicated time to work on it because it's just kind of random, so to speak. like not, but kind of. But it's beautiful. This is silk from Silks for You. And I don't know the color, but I will put it in the show notes. But I love it. It's very kind of tone on tone. And it's just, I love it. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So here we go. Kindness and Fortitude from Modern Folk Embroidery. All right, my next one I have been working on a lot. This one I started at the Southern Utah Stitchers Retreat, and I just showed you this. This is Ink Circle's Circle of Hearts, or Circus of Hearts, excuse me. So it is stunning. And I bought everything for this new start at the retreat. I bought the chart and the floss and the fabric. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay. So, ta-dam. It's so cute. It's so cute. So this is on 25 count Snow Flurries 1/1. This is my first real 1/1 piece, and I've been working on it a lot. I think when I showed it to you, I maybe had just like this little row of hearts done. So I've come down and done more. I completed the border and it matched up. Yay, that's always so happy, right? And the floss is from Live and Die LA as well, but it's kind of a one-off. She was trying to dye a certain color and a certain pink, and she just had a bunch of test skeins that she brought to sell. And I fell in love with it. I really wanted like all the pinks, but I picked this one. It has the teeniest, tiniest bit of variegation, which you really can't see. Let me see if I can find anything. Like it's super, super subtle. Like maybe right here you can kind of see. Yeah, you kind of see that it's just a hair lighter there and then it goes dark. So there are little moments like that. But overall, it's just so pretty. So I think my goal on this one, I haven't touched it for like a week or so maybe, but I really want to get all the outlines done. And then I don't know if I'm going to do it with or maybe after my Crowns of the Kingdom, but do a heart a day or maybe a heart a week. I don't know. We'll see. But just the fill in for those hearts is so beautiful. You know, you don't notice it when you look at this chart, right? Like you can see, and unless you really sit and study it, you don't see all of the fun little things. But she's incorporated so many hearts in here. Like, look. Okay, look at like that little heart and just, and there is a heart inside of a heart and a heart, like, and look at that little heart and then more of those little side swoopy hearts. I mean, there are hundreds of hearts in here. I think I counted right through this section and there were like, I don't know, 80 hearts, I think, if you counted like that's a heart and then the outline's a heart and then there's this big heart. Anyways, it's so fun. I love the color. I love the fabric. This literally makes my heart happy to work on. So, Circus of Hearts from Ink Circles. All right. I'm trying to kind of keep everything together. Okay, now here is my next 2-week project. I have a couple of more days on this, so I'm hoping to get a little bit more done. I was really kind of hoping for a finish, which is not going to happen, but I'm so close. I might just carry this into my morning stitching until I get a finish. It is Twilight Wood Sampler from the Wishing Thorn. This is a very Art Nouveau feeling sampler, and I love it. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. So it's so hard to tell, but it is browns and creams and pinks, and it's beautiful. So let me show you what I have done. Ta-da! So when I had started, let's think. Okay, so I had this top band down to, I think this band done, and then I had started a little bit of this, like I had done these little flowers and then I had started this box. So since then I've added this and all of this border and all down here. I've added everything underneath here and then also started working up and started doing the alphabet. So I'm really close to the top. Let me show you. again. So I am just starting right here. So really, I'm pretty close. And I've almost got this row of letters done. So I don't have a ton more. So even though I only have 2 more days to work on it and I won't get a ton done on it, I do think that if I kept working on it just in my morning stitching for a couple of weeks, I think I could get it finished. This is on 40 count Confederate gray linen by Weeks. And then I used some of her colors and then I changed some of them so that they wouldn't blend into my fabric quite so much, but I love it. And I got the date in and my initials in, and so I've got to get it finished this year, which we're only in May, which isn't it crazy? It's May. It went so fast. I swear I blink and April's over and I'm like, it's May, it's May. Oh my gosh, I love May. So there you go. Twilight Wood Sampler. Oh, this just makes my heart sing so much. I love it. Alrighty, let me share with you my plans, okay? Because that's my last little pile on this side. All right, there's gonna be some zippers, so prepare yourself. So on Sunday, I will start my next 2 weeks, and it will be on emi.mission from Reflet des Soies. Look at those pansies. I love it. And just the purples and greens in here, again, just makes my little heart so happy. So let me show you where I'm starting at. So this I started, I think, back in September and did 3 days on it. So that's what I had. So I'm hoping to get some more alphabets done, maybe that middle. Let me show you right here. I'm hoping to get this middle done, maybe get down and start working on that border, because that border is gonna probably be a beast, and that's okay. It's so pretty though, but really it's a smaller Reflet des Soies sampler. It's not the smallest, but there are some definite huge ones. So anyways, so that is what I will start stitching on Sunday. Alrighty, then let's see the next one. Then 2 weeks after that, I think we're gonna be in June. Oh, not quite. This will go into June. Let me find my chart. It's another Reflet des Soies. This is Anise Couvert. Anyways, I love this one. So I started over here and did some border, and I think I got this deer almost done. I really would like to do some more border and get up to this basket, I think. But let me show you where I'm at. Oh, I'm not even telling you what the fabrics are. I'll tell you on the next floss tube. Or here, I will tell you this one. This one is 40 count Finn's Fence by, I think it's Seraphim. Anyways, it's kind of a really pale blue. So this is what I have done. And if I remember right, I think I changed one of the colors in these flowers because the color that they had was so like dingy. It just was not good. So you can see I want to finish that deer, bring that border up, and then work on that flower basket. Oh, it really is so pretty though. Is it a deer? Okay, tell me, do you think it's a deer or a dog? I think it's a deer. Maybe it's a dog. I don't know. Anyways, so look how pretty that flower basket is. Isn't it beautiful? And I love this motif. This one is probably going to be a beast to stitch, but it's so cute too. Anyways, there you go. So that will be my next 2 week assignment, so to speak. Okay, I'm going to show you my next 4 because at the rate I'm going with filming, just because we've been so busy, I'm not going to get to show you. And honestly, I don't know how much stitching I'm going to get done in the next 2 to 3 months. If you remember, I am on the committee to build, for our neighborhood, to build a float for the Days of 47 Parade, which is a Utah holiday. It's where we celebrate that the Salt Lake Valley was settled. And so we have this huge float that we're building. And when I say float, I don't mean like your little high school staple some fringe and tinsel to the base. I mean, we are doing like a full-blown like Rose Parade or Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, like full-blown floats. Like it's huge. We have tons of animation that we're working on. We've been working on paper mache this week. We're going to paint and glitter all of the things. Like, it's intense. It's an intense process. Right now there's nothing interesting to show. It's just like lots of wood and wire shell. Like, there's no fun things going on. So once things start to get finished and come together, then I will share pictures with you. But it definitely is cutting into my stitching time, which makes me sad. And these next couple of projects are probably not going to get a lot of love, which makes my heart sad, but it's okay. So the first one is Summer Quaker from, sorry about the crinkle, from Leela's Studios. Everyone was starting this last year. I jumped on board. I only got a teeny tiny bit done, I think, up in this corner. So let me show you what that was. I am doing this on 40 count Ocean Sand by Atomic Ranch, which is like such a perfect beachy fabric. I love it. So there you go. That's my tiny start, but I love the corals and the blues on this, again, oceany kind of fabric, because it's like sandy and water. It's beautiful. So hopefully I can get a tiny bit more done on this one. So I do really like it. I love the colors. I don't know, maybe I can get, more of that corner done. Maybe I can get out to there, but I'm not gonna promise anything because the float has to come first, because that has a hard deadline. But the nice thing about it is it has a hard deadline. So the end of June or end of July, I will be done. I will be done, which makes my heart happy and sad. Okay, and the last one I'm going to share with you that I will be working on, but again, probably not get a ton done, is my Mira, Queen of Freedom. She is lovely. And let me show you what I've got done on her. I'm doing her on 28 count fabric flare, We the People. And here's what I've got. So this is the proclamation that's printed on the back behind her. So I did a lot of outlining so that I could just sit and fill in. I think I will maybe work on some of that, but I also want to start tackling more of that star border on her skirt. Let me show you again. You can see this. So I think I want to tackle more of that. But once I get the skirt done, that's more than half the battle. Look at that. Then I just have to do her top, and her top will go pretty fast. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to do her skin over one or not. The majority of my Miras, I've done the skin over one, and I love the effect. All of them except one, because I had a specific idea in mind for that one. So, but that is a lot of skin. But I've done more skin. So, I don't know. So we'll see. But she is beautiful, and this is coming along. Very nice. I would love if I could finish the skirt, and in a normal 2-week period, I could probably easily finish the skirt. This is going to be like right in the thick, because this is over the 4th of July. And so it's right in the thick of all of the float preps. Like, we're getting down to crunch time. So it probably won't have much done on it, but that's okay. You know what? It's okay. I'll get at least 1 or 2 days in on her, and that's enough. I'm all right with that. Okay, so that is my plans for the most part. I might work on some other things here or there, but those are my 2-week block plans. I'll keep doing my crown a day for sure. Maybe work a tiny bit more on my hearts, and then we'll see what else, but I'll share it all with you in the next video. So now let's get to haul. I have lots of haul, okay? But it's been like 2 months, and I've been to a lot of places and done a lot of things. So, like I mentioned earlier, we went to Oklahoma to see some family that my husband has there, and we had so much fun. Oklahoma people are so nice. So nice. Like, everyone we encountered were just delightful. His family lives in the town of Norman, and we were able to go on a tour of the Oklahoma Stadium and athletic facilities. That was really fun. And they took us to all of their like local eats, which were all delicious. It was amazing. But before we went and spent time with family, we flew into Oklahoma City, and then we actually got a rental car and we drove down to Texas for a couple of reasons. First thing is we went to Six Flags over Texas. This was our first time at Six Flags. It was an interesting experience. If you love Six Flags, I'm not dissing Six Flags at all. It was fun. But we are very much Disney people for the Disney theme parks. And so it was just different. It was interesting to see the differences between things. And while we were down there, we stayed a couple of nights down there. So we did Six Flags over Texas. And then my husband and my son went and toured the Cowboys Stadium that's right there. And on their way, they dropped me off at a little Stitch store called the Stitch Niche. So I spent a couple of hours there and had a lovely time. So let me show you what I got. They have a really great like clearance section. So let me show you the stuff that I found there. I found some gems, like some really fun stuff. Okay, so I love, 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 love Threadworx primitives. There's just something about them. So I found this cutie country. And then this old reflet de soie. I mean, look at that packaging. That's old. And what is it called? Variegated de fleurs. It's probably so wrong, but whoops. There you go. I got, oh, and I love Praiseworthy Stitches too. And I feel like Praiseworthy Stitches, that all anyone knows them for is their Halloween scenes and their Christmas scenes and their Quakers. But they early on did a bunch of stuff, and I'm just now discovering it, and I'm loving it. So look at this cute autumn Quaker. I mean, it's still in their Quaker series, but I feel like they're known for their Simple Gifts Quakers. And this one is just so lovely. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. And then there's this Simple Gifts Hearts, which is so cute. Look at those little smalls. And I think this is a roll. Okay, and then this other Simple Gifts, which is called Mon Petit Jardin, my little garden, I think. And it's so cute. Like the colors are just so fun. Look at the variegated blue and that alphabet and the cute little birds. And I love that they're not mirrored, that they're not even. The fun border. This would be a pretty fast stitch. Look at that cute little bird down there. So I love that one. And then the last one from their little markdown section is Strawberry Town by Kathy Barrick. And I just love those strawberries that are blue and green and pink. And look at the cute houses. Again, this would be a pretty quick little stitch. Just love it. It's so cute. So I got those. And then I got a couple of regular price charts. So I don't think I'd ever seen this before, and I love it. Clocks Sampler by Nikki's Creations Primitives. Nikki's Creations. I love that. I have plans for this one. Super excited. I think I'm going to do a pink fabric. Like that looks pink, but I'm going to do a pink fabric with, I think, brown floss. It's going to be beautiful. You know, you can see it in your mind and you're just like, oh, it's going to be so good. That's what I'm doing. That's what I can see in my mind. Okay, here, this is Fjord Ponies by Ink Circles. I'd never seen this one before. I love ink circles and I love this. So there we go. And it's done in Vicky Clayton silk. So I've got to order those and find some fabric, but I love it. All right. So that was Stitch Niche. So then we went up and we spent some time we went back up to Oklahoma to Norman, and we spent some time with family, which was wonderful. And then one day we drove out to Tulsa, and you guys know what's in Tulsa, right? In Tulsa is Silver Needle. Now, I've ordered from Silver Needle online a couple of times ago. This was my first experience. It was beautiful. They have so many models. They had a bunch of models from Market of a bunch of the new charts. Like they had that Pretty in Pink with the climbing roses from Shakespeare's Peddler. They had that model, like the gorgeous frame. Oh, it was so pretty. So many beautiful things. And the store is just like packed, but not closing in packed. And I liked how it was organized. It was fun to shop. So I tell people, if you know anything about me, I love a good bargain. Like I will always shop a sale. If I don't have to pay full price for something, then that makes my money go further, right? So they had a bunch of sale items, and so I made sure to shop that. So let me share those with you. So one of the first things I got was this Saju tin, and inside it has this adorable little sampler. Oh, I love it so much. There was also a red one, and now I'm really mad at myself that I didn't get the red one. So, but okay, here's something fun. Guess what I get to do in August? After all my float stuff is over, after I've had a super hard, crazy summer, we're gonna go to Paris, and I'm hoping we can squeeze in a trip to Saju. It's right by Versailles, and we're planning to go to Versailles. So I told my family, I'm like, I have to go there. I have to go there. So hopefully end of August, beginning of September, I will get to share with you some Saju goodies that I got. I hope. Anyways, so there's that. Okay, what other fun things did I get? Oh yes, I've loved this forever, and it was in their markdown section, Mary Lindley from the Scarlet House, because I love that bird. Look at that bird with his little fill-in. I just think he's so cute. In fact, when I do it, I think I will just do the bird in the tree. I don't think I'm going to do any of these flowers or the border or the words. I'm just going to do that bird. But I love him. Love him, love him. So I got that. Then I also got, okay, another old Reflet de Soie. Memories of Provence, Memoir in Provence. I'm assuming that's what that is, but look how pretty that is. Yeah, all of their markdown stuff like has these stickers, so I love that. Love it. Okay, then I've looked at this one for forever because it's so cute. This is called First Frost from Hands On Design. And I know that it looks so weird, but if you watch Unfinished Stitches, that is Bonnie and Madison, a mother-daughter team. They're adorable. They're super cute. Madison, I think, is stitching this, and these are two different charts, and she's stitching them in a row, and it's so cute. I think this was meant to be kind of like a cloche or something, and it just doesn't. I think Madison says it looks like a fat snowman, like that's the scarf, and then he's got this fat body. Anyways, but the charts are so cute, and so I love this, and I want to get this one kitted up and stitch, hopefully this winter. All right, then I just love the simplicity of this one, and I love that it's black and white and green. It just, I love odd Christmas colors. It says Happy Holidays. This is a Country Cottage Needleworks. So I love that. That would be such a super fun, fast stitch. Okay, and then in their markdown, they also had another Threadworx Primitives Halloween Menagerie. Now, again, if you know me, you know that I don't really do Halloween. I love fall stitching. I'm just not drawn to Halloween stitching. I don't know why, it just doesn't call to me, but I feel like most of this is fall. Like the only thing that really screams Halloween to me is that little witch's shoe boot, but I'm okay with that. And you know what, even with Halloween stitching, my daughter who is still stitching, you guys, she's still stitching. In fact, okay, she was working on one of the gnomes charts from Jardin Privé and finished it. So let me put that there. She's doing such a good job. And then she just started, is it Afternoon in Paris by Country Cottage Needleworks, I think. So there is a picture there. Anyways, she's doing really well. Oh, it makes my mama stitchy heart so happy. I probably say that every time I talk about her, but anyways, okay, then I got some fabrics. So I got 40 count chai. I got a half yard of this from Seraphim, which is just such a gorgeous, gorgeous neutral. I love it. It's so good. So good. And then I got this Fox and Rabbit Ocean Air. I think I have everything from Fox and Rabbit except for maybe the True Blue. And so I've got to get a piece of that, but I got a quarter of that, of this. So now I just need that True Blue. And then I got a 35 count guacamole, and I think this is a week's, and I am going to use this for the green pears. The Annie Bees just released at this last market. It's going to be beautiful. I think they'll be great with like some kind of creamy silk. Oh, it will be beautiful. All right, so that is my silver needle haul. Oh no, I have two more. I also got these two charts, found these two charts. Okay, first one is Alphabet Coquelicot. I know how to say it. I'm so proud of myself, which is Poppy Alphabet. Now there are, this is by Tralala. Tralala has a bunch of these little alphabets, and I'm slowly collecting them, and I just think they're so cute. I need to start stitching them because they wouldn't take a super long time, and they would just make the cutest, sweetest pillows, wouldn't they? Or like for a small exchange, I just think that would be so cute. So, Alphabet Coquelicot. And then I got this. I've looked at this one for a long time and never pulled the trigger. And when they had it, I'm like, okay, that's my sign. I need to buy it. This is from Tournicoton, I think is how you say it. And this is Don Montpanier. No idea what that means. No idea, but it is beautiful. It's an alphabet, and look, the flowers and the basket and the birds. Now this is probably going to be, oh yeah, this is going to be pretty brutal to stitch because there's a lot of color changes. Because look at that. Now look at this floss list. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. But it's not massive. It's definitely much smaller than my inspiration, so I will be okay with it. But it's so pretty, isn't it? Okay, so there's that. Then they also had a couple of freebies. So this is a freebie from October House, Signs of Spring, a cute little pansy. And this is from Loohoo Stitches called Strawberry Bunch. Again, I'll just flash it quick. Phew. And then she also said, we're giving away this free chart. Would you like it? And I was like, yeah. And so it is Tree of Life Sampler, which is a reproduction from With Thy Needle and Thread from Brenda Gervais. Look at that. And it is super lovely. And see, it even has a sticker. Enjoy this free gift. Happy stitching from a silver needle. Isn't that so nice? And look, there's the real sampler on the back. It's always so fun to see. Like, look, I love this that you can look and compare them. It's so cute. So, and it's just little, like it's just on this one page. It does have a little bit of a floss list. It looks like there is some over one. Yep, there's these little initials right there and right there are over one. Oh, and maybe right there, up there too, but it's just so cute. So anyways, there we go, Tree of Life Sampler. So that was delightful. I think I got to spend a couple of hours there. My husband and son dropped me off and then they went and did some other things, and it was just so fun. So fun. Okay, then I went to Stitch West. Lots of people have done recaps of Stitch West. I'm just going to do a super fast recap of Primrose Cottage. First of all, Stitch West Spring is delightful. It was so fun. 3 reasons. The hotel was connected to the conference center. The weather was amazing, okay, which you can't always count on in Utah, okay? A couple of days ago, it was snowing, and we're almost to the middle of May, whatever. There were so many delicious food places that were literally like 2 to 3 minute walking away from the hotel / convention center. So that was fantastic. And then this was so fun. Shepherd's Bush was like just across the street and down the block. It was so fun. Like there was just all of these things just came into play together beautifully. It was amazing. So we, Primrose Cottage was the guest designer, and they were amazing. Like they put so much effort in, and I just have to commend them because they really were so thoughtful and conscious and present, and just made such a concerted effort to intermingle with all of the attendees. And they sat and took pictures with everybody, each table. And to be fair, they are a big team, right? A team of sisters and their mom, and so there is a lot. There are more people than just these single designers that come in and try and do it all, which I admire that too, but there was just something really special about what they consciously tried to do. So they had little things for us every day. Like the first day, they had a couple of things of embroidery floss. They gave us a cute little chart. Then one day they gave us a fat quarter of fabric. So generous. Then again, you've probably seen this, but here was the chart that they did for the retreat, along with the whole kit to stitch it. And then they also gave us the finishing kit. So we have the backing fabric and some felt and trim. Again, just so great. And then she also designed 2 coordinating patterns that we could purchase if we wanted to. And of course, I purchased them. So there is this cute little honeybee quilt. I love this. And this one is so sweet too, because she said there's the queen bee and the 4 little bees that represent her mom and the 4 sisters, which is just so sweet. And then she did this basket that I love. I love this basket so much. Oh, it's so good. So it was just delightful. Stitch West was so fun. And of course, while I was there, I went to Shepherd's Bush twice, because I actually went up before the retreat started, and then I went there while the retreat, while at the retreat. So I got a bunch of stuff. So let me share a few things with you. I actually didn't get a ton, but I got a few things. So let me share this with you. Okay. I've got to find some fabric for this, because this will probably get started sometime this year, probably towards the end of the year. This will be my new 1 a day Rosewood, Manor, and a garden Brew. Look at all of those. Okay, and the thing that I kind of really love, look at this fox. He's adorable. Look at the badger. Oh my gosh. Okay, we are putting badgers on our float, so I kind of am growing an affinity for badgers. So I love that little badger. This beautiful arch. Now, I don't think I'm going to do this quote. I think I will find a different quote and chart it out, but it is beautiful. I love that she's got the flowers intermingled in there. So maybe I'll try and keep that. I don't know. But wouldn't this just be so fun for a 1 a day? So that's going to be a 1 a day. Let's look at the floss list, shall we? It's going to be massive. Yep, look at this. Ta-da! You guys remember my And a Forest Grew, right? Like, you know what? I want to show you something. Let's pause. Okay, so that floss list for And a Garden Grew is huge, right? Let me show you the floss list for And a Forest Grew, okay? Pretty much the same, okay? It's huge and long, but this is what I want to show you. It was 4 floss rings of floss, and I maybe could have condensed it down to 3, but the way I had it divided so that I could easily find it, like I had, you know, the 2 to 400s together, you know, I grouped it together like that. But I actually did a combination of Anchor and DMC. I did mostly Anchor, so I actually have already put away my DMC floss so that I could pull it, because I don't have a lot of charts that call for Anchor. But I have 3 Anchor rings left, okay? I had 1 DMC ring and then 3 Anchor rings. Okay, that's so much floss. But here is what I want to show you, okay? You saw how big And a Forest Grew was, right? Okay, it takes a lot of time, but you guys, I promise you it's worth it. Look, I braid my floss and it looks like it hasn't even been touched. And I pulled multiple strands from all of these. So when I was at Stitch West, I had a couple of people come up to me and say, show me how you braid your floss. Is that something you guys would be interested in seeing if I did a quick little tutorial video about how I braid the floss and how you pull it out and everything? If that is, will you make a comment down below, please? And then I'll gauge on the interest if it's something that people are interested in. It does take a little bit of time, but it keeps your floss so nice and neat. I mean, again, it looks brand new, like I haven't even touched it. So just all of the merits of braiding floss. I just wanted to share that because I think everybody should braid the floss because it just prevents so many headaches from happening. Because you know, when you pull from, if you've just got it threaded through and you pull it and then it like curls, when you braid it, it doesn't do any of that. It doesn't do any of that. It just comes out nice and straight and you don't have to wet it and you don't have to iron it. It's fantastic. So for what that's worth. Okay, back to my haul from Shepherd's Bush after that little PSA, I guess. Okay, then I've been looking for this for a while and found it at Shepherd's Bush. Now I have to tell you, so I went up with Emily Call, who's a friend of mine, before Stitch West started, and we like split off and went our own ways and then came back together and were showing what we had found. And she made an interesting comment that's so true. At Shepherd's Bush, you don't find the chart finds you. When she said that, I'm like, yes. If you have ever been to Shepherd's Bush or seen, I'm sure you've seen tours or videos or pictures of Shepherd's Bush, there is so much crammed into that little store. Like, it's not a tiny store, but they have stuff everywhere. And so to find exactly what you're looking for, if you don't ask for help, it's really tricky. And so it's fun to just browse and look through and see, again, what finds you. So this one found me. I'd been looking for it for a while, like not ardently looking, but I'm like, oh, you know, if I ever run across that, I think I'll buy it. This is Ink Circle's Turkish Delight, which is beautiful. And I actually ended up getting the belle soise for it and some fabric. So it's beautiful. It's kind of more purpley than blue, but that's okay. I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so I got that one. Then I wanted this one. I found it. I bought it. This is, what is it called? Flights of Fancy Italian 1801. This is a new JBW from market this year. I love it. I think I'm going to maybe brighten up the colors on the birds just a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what they look like when I pull them. But this was one that really caught my eye when all of the market releases were shown, and I never pulled the trigger, so I did it when I found it at Shepherd's Bush. And then a couple more. Okay, Keys of the Kingdom. So I'm working on Crowns of the Kingdom right now. I thought this also might be a fun one-a-day one, is to do a key a day. So I don't know if I'll start this one first or do the Andegarden Brew first. I don't know. I'll probably lean towards this one, but maybe not. There is actually a lot of metallics in this one. So there's two versions. There's this black version, or there's this multicolor version. I actually really love this version, and so I think I'll do this one. I think there's even some beads in it, actually. Yes, there's 3 different kinds of beads. So that's something I'm going to have to look for, because I'll want to do it probably on a 40 count. And unless you use petite beads, beads are probably not going to fit on a 40 count. It depends on where they're used. But you can kind of see like there are little bead elements like in the center of the keys, which is really fun. So I love that one. All right, and then last one. This is another one that found me, and I really love it. I really love it. This is called Quaker Legacy one from Legacy Designs from Kennebunk, Maine, it looks like. 2004, so it is 20 years old, but I love it. So there we go. All right. I still have more. I know. I told you it was going to be long. Yep, we're over an hour. Okay, so then a couple of weeks ago, I went down to Vegas to see a friend, and we went to a couple of stores. Those of you who know Vegas know that Stitcher's Paradise is there, so we went there, and we also went to the grand opening of Silver State Stitcher, which is a brand new shop in Boulder City, Vegas. So it's just, well, it's not Vegas, Nevada. It's just outside of Vegas, about what, half an hour or so. So I have stuff to show from those 2 shops. So Silver State Stitcher, she has quilting and cross stitching, pretty even, I would say. Like, she's still getting merchandise in, so she's building up her stock. but she is really conscious about what she is choosing to stock with. And I found a lot of really fun, great things. So I got Maggie May. I loved her when she was released. I didn't pull the trigger on her right away, but when I saw her at Jessica's shop, I had to. She's just so adorable. And I'm starting to see all the pictures come out of her being stitched, and she's just so cute. She's so cute. I just can imagine stitching this for like a granddaughter, if I ever have granddaughters one day. If I don't, that's okay, but it just is so sweet. Her little face. Oh, so cute. Okay, so I got that one. Then I also got this piece of fabric, and I don't know who the dyer is. Someone told me that it might be her. It might be Jessica. And I bought it because I liked it, but I also kind of bought it because of the name. How many of you ever buy fabrics because of the name? There's got to be a couple of you out there, right? Come on. Like, not exclusively, but sometimes the name is just like seals the deal, right? So this is the fabric. It's this gorgeous green. That's fairly true. Not bad. And the name of it is Anne of Green Gables. My heart like did a little flutter, and I'm like, I have to get that fabric. So 40 count. It's beautiful. Do I know what I'm going to stitch on it? No, but I will find something lovely. And then she had this adorable fabric. And again, you guys know I don't do Halloween. I just told you that, but look at this. It's like vintage Halloween. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And I made a vintage Valentine bag very similar to this earlier this year. And I'm like, I have to have it. And then look at this. Cute. Oh, it's just so cute. So I got that at Jessica's shop. I love this so much. Just makes my vintage heart so happy. All right, so that's what I got at Jessica's shop. Then we went to Stitcher's Paradise. Had so much fun. Let me show you what I got. They have a clearance bin. So I dove in deep to the clearance bin and found some really fun things. I've been trying to build up my holiday stuff because I don't have tons of holiday stuff. So I got this cute little Lucky from by Trail Creek Farm. I just thought that's a cute little small, super fun. I got this Quaker clock, which I won't do as a clock. I'll just stitch it. It's beautiful. Again, do a couple of variegated threads and it would be lovely. Another couple of holiday theme. These are patriotic. This, what's it called? American Crow from Angel Stitchin'. I stitched one of hers earlier this year for a smalls exchange, and I love how it turned out. So I like this one a lot. And then another one that's called Grand Old Flag. It's patriotic by Angel Stitchin'. Super cute, super fun. I love that it has that little wave in the flag. Like, it's so simple, but it makes such a great effect. And then I also got a couple of bright needles that were again on clearance. This is called Love in a Manger. It's just super sweet. And then Savannah Sampler. I love this one. I love it. Like, look at the alphabet. And then it's got like the moss hanging. It's just so cute. It's so cute. And those look like maybe lazy daisies that are chained together. It's just so cute. So I got that one. And then a couple of other charts. These are actually all tra-la-la. And two of them are to add to that alphabet collection that other alphabet coquelicot, right? So this is Alphabet Mouniette. I don't know. It's so pretty. And Alphabet Fleury. And then this one is Nids Printemps/It. So I'm not sure what Nids, maybe birds, spring and summer, I'm going to guess. Okay, look how cute. So the bird in the nest with the cherries and then the strawberries. Aren't they so cute? I thought this would be an adorable small. I love it. So So there were just a bunch of ladies there stitching when we went in. In fact, it was super busy. It was a hopping day when we went to Stitcher's Paradise. But there was a table of ladies stitching, and they said, oh, show us what you found. So I showed this. I said, I just think this would be so cute for a small. And she said, that's big for a small. And I was like, is it? I don't feel like it's that big. So it is 71 by 71. So will you guys also tell me down in the comments, do you have a stitch count that classifies it as a small for you? Or do you just do what calls to you, or how you want to finish something? Like, I would love to know what your smalls process is. For me, it's just whatever calls to me. Like, I see something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. And then an idea starts to form for what I am going to do with it. And then that's how I decide that I want to do it. I don't worry about stitch count as much. Yeah, I've never really worried about stitch count, because you can kind of look at something and think, okay, that's a small, I feel like. So tell me what your smalls classification is, and what those categories are, the criteria. Okay, that helps me remember that I need to share my smalls with you. So I will do that in just a minute from Stitch West, because it was so good. Okay, couple of last things from Stitcher's Paradise. They had some Lakeside, you guys. Okay, I only own 2 pieces of Lakeside, and I like treasure them, okay? They had 3 colors that I didn't have in the count that I love, 40 counts. So let me show you those. I got Vintage Tundra, just like this gray green. It's beautiful. I got Pearled Barley. Okay, people talk about Pearled Barley all the time. I'm like, I will never have Pearled Barley. Oh, I got some. I got some. I'm so excited. It's gorgeous. It's so amazing. And then I also got Vintage Wood Smoke, which is like kind of a purpley gray. Anyways, it's beautiful. Okay, back to Stitch West fast. Smalls exchange was so fun. I ended up with my friend Jill's small that she made. So let me show you this. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. This little bird on a spool with those cherry blossoms and the scissors. I am obsessed with this. I love it. And then look at the back fabric. Is it not perfect? It is perfect. Then she had all these little gifts, like a floss ring and a needle minder and a pair of scissors that matched. Like, oh, it was amazing. So, so good. So, like, the lace is just so adorable. So I love this. It sits on a shelf down here in my craft room, and I love it. Okay, the small that I gave, I'm obsessed with. It is my favorite thing that I've ever done. Here's a picture of it. So I did the strawberry from Hands On Design, and she has a raspberry and a blackberry, I think, as well. The blackberry one just came out. So I did the strawberry one, sewed it up, and then I sewed 2 other strawberries just out of fabric, topped each of them different, which was so fun. You can see there in that picture. And then put them in this little basket. Oh my gosh, it's so stinking cute. I've got to recreate it for myself. I love it. And then I also sewed a project bag out of some strawberry fabric with a little notions pouch in it, and gave it to this cute lady, Miss Debbie. Oh my gosh, she was adorable. Smalls exchanges are so fun because you get to meet new people and like get to see all of the beautiful stitching that people do. And like, I've never seen this pattern. I don't know what it is. Jill, when you watch this, you need to post what chart this is so that everyone knows. It's just so cute. It's so sweet. Anyways, they're so fun. I just have a couple of more things to show you super fast. That's in underhaul. I still do a few fabric of the months. I have actually cut back on a couple of them, but I do have a couple of new ones. One of them I'm so excited about, and you guys will totally understand. So Victorian Rose Needle Arts started a Seraphim fabric of the month. So I've got this Dusty Road, and I'm actually getting this in a 46 count. I decided I wanted to start doing 46 count just a little bit more. So I'm getting a piece of 46 count now, which I like. And then, you guys, I somehow magically got into the Fox and Rabbit Fabric of the Month Club. And if you know my love for Fox and Rabbit, then you can only imagine how ecstatic I am. So I've gotten 2 since they started. First is Pill Bug, and it is like this beautiful brownish gray, but it almost is like a purpley tinged brown, but not. I mean, that's an okay representation. It's lovely though. It's so, so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. They're fabrics, you guys. I love. And then I just got this one this week, and it is Antarctica. And it is like this bluey green, oceany. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not a bad representation. Let me try it without the sticker. Yeah, you can see that modeling. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. My heart. It just makes my heart so happy. My heart is so happy this video. It is. I'm just so happy right now. Things are just so good. They're so busy, but my family is all doing well. We're all healthy, which I'm so, so grateful for, because that hasn't always been the case. Especially for me, I've had some struggles and have been able to find some things that are working for me. We got stuff figured out, and I'm so grateful for health. I'm so grateful for just so many things in my life, for family and for friends and for, I mean, my hobbies, my stitching, that just really, my heart is full to bursting. And I'm so grateful for all of you guys that you would take the time, because time is so precious, that you would take this precious time to spend with me out of your day, that the things that I have to share with you are interesting. And so I'm so, so grateful for you. Thank you for your patience with me while I had a couple of busy months and had to take some time to just kind of get all of that done and pay attention to some other things that really needed some time and care from me. And again, I'm just so grateful for all of you. I appreciate you. And until next time, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to stitch. Bye, everyone.